Hey everybody, welcome to Skill Check. I'm your host today, Garrett, and I'm joined with the one, the only, the Colin. And we're gonna be going over Sisters of Battle, one of Colin's absolute favorite armies, and one of mine as well. I don't play much anymore. But yeah, we're gonna go over them today, how we feel about them. They are lower in power level than I'd like them to be. But I think there's some key units that I think stick out a little bit better than others that we're gonna be going over. So first up, gaining Miracle Dice. We're just going to talk about what they can do real fast. They basically can be used once per phase per unit, natively, for an advanced, battle shock, charge roll, damage roll, hit roll, saving throw, or wound roll. Good start. You gain one of these at the start of each turn, and each time a Death Destroyer's unit from your army is destroyed, you just gain a die back. And there's a few other ways to generate them and a few other ways to spend them on extra things rather than that once per time per phase.
It's a pretty crucial part to the Sisters game plan, to be honest with you.
Yes.
So we'll talk a lot about them as we move on here.
Yeah,
but
there's a
that's
lot of
their
things
army
we'll bring
ability.
up. Yep, their armor ability seems good, so you always have this. Detachment. This is the Blood of Martyrs. This is the basically if you are below starting strength, you add one to your hit roll. If you're below half, you add one to your wound roll.
Very good on paper. Very good on paper.
On paper seems good. I wish they had more ways to like trigger this. It'd be really cool if they had like counted as stuff.
We'll kind of get a little bit into it. I think there's one stratagem that does that.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna move on to it. Divine Intervention. One of the Sororitas characters from your army that's been destroyed. You can use the stratagem even though it was just destroyed. Discard 1 to 3 Miracle Dice. And then set it up as close as you can outside of engagement range. At the end of the phase with that many remaining with equal to the number of dice you discard, right? Set back up with
yes.
Equal to the number of dice, not the total amount. Okay, yep.
Correct. The only thing is you can't target Celestine because she has a native stand back up. But you can target things like Triumph and Junith Aruda and all of your other named characters, so it's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. You can also target the same model multiple times per game, not per phase. Like, you can't do this multiple times in the same phase. You can't do it anyways because they stand up at the end of the phase anyways. But you can use it on the same model multiple times. So as long as you got CP and as long as you got Miracle Dice, you can keep resin models. Or resin characters, not models. Light of the Emperor. Command phase, one unit for an army below starting strength from your army that is below its starting strength for the purposes of the stratagem. If that unit has a starting strength of 1, it's considered to be below starting strength while it's lost 1 or more wounds. Until the end of the turn, your models ignore any and all modifier characteristics of any rolls made except for saving throws.
Good. Yeah, very good. I want to hop back over to Divine Intervention because I just thought of something real quick.
Okay.
All you need is 1 CP because the unit still dies.
Yep.
So when they die, you actually trigger the Miracle Dice proc. So you will never run out of Miracle Dice with this stratagem.
Unless you have Lone Op or something, which I don't think you guys really have any of.
Why wouldn't... No,
you can have a unit that's attached with Lone Op. But
no, there's the character unit is still an Adepta Sororitas unit. You still get a Miracle Dice from that.
No, because it says instead of.
Does it say instead of?
You can use the stratagem and then even though maybe I don't know.
Even though it was just destroyed. No, it acknowledged that it's destroyed.
If this gets clarified or FAQ'd or something in the future, look for that. This is very early on in the edition. Just like the audience to know that. Just in case this gets changed in the future. Or is clarified.
It's a cool little stratagem for right now.
Yeah. Light of the Emperor, you ignore all modifiers and stuff. Very good. But you do have to be below starting strength.
Yeah, it's the old Valorous Heart specific stratagem. But yep.
Yep. Holy Rage, fight phase, one destroys unit from your army. That's not been selected fight. Add 1 to the wound roll.
Yeah, really good. Just very good.
Just good. Good with Repentia. Good with a lot of things. This is why I think Repentia still have play.
Good with Sacrosancts too.
Sacrosancts, I've always been good. Nothing will ever change my mind. 30 is the way, as it always should be. Spirit of the Martyr. Fight phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. For your army has selected the target attacking unit. Till the end of the phase, each time a model that unit is destroyed, if that model is not fought, do not remove that model from the blade. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking model has finished making all their attacks. 2 CP, always fight on death. Very good. Very powerful.
2 CP though, it hurts.
It does hurt, but
so
it's still powerful.
It's very good.
Yeah, especially with how squishy sisters are, you'll definitely want it. Especially if you're charging into something that's like always strikes first. You're like, haha.
Yeah, this is a real juicy. Yeah, this is a real juicy. Sacrosancts.
Yep.
Buff. So.
Or like I said, Repentia.
Yeah.
Rejoice the Fallen. Your opponent's shooting phase after they resolve an attack. One unit from your army that was attacked, or one model that was destroyed from a unit that was attacked. Their unit gets to fight back. Or shoot back, sorry, not fight back. So you get attacked, you lose a model, your unit shoots back. Pretty good.
Yep.
1 CP, not bad. The problem is actually living with something that's relevant. They got shot.
Yeah, immediately my mind goes to, I want to fire back with my Retributors with all multi-meltas. It also procs the detachment ability, so you're going to be below starting strength, so you're at least getting that +1 to hit. My beef with Retributors will come up a little bit later, but it's a very good stratagem. I think Sisters overall have very, very good stratagems.
Suffering and Sacrifice. Start of the fight phase, want to destroy infantry from your or walker unit from your army until the end of the phase. Each time that model makes each time an enemy model within engagement range of this selects targets, it must select your unit as the target of attacks. So, this used to be a lot better because you used to be able to do it on a character that was in combat next to a unit, and like force all their attacks into a character to save the unit. Now it's just in case that you get multi-charge.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's still pretty good. Like I can still see places where this sees play, and this will be used.
Yep. So. Okay. Saintly Example. Not only when the bearer is destroyed, you gain D3 miracle dice. If it's cheap enough, I'll play it. I don't know what the exact points on it is, but it seems fine.
It's 10 points.
So yeah, I'd bring. Yeah, good 10-point filler. I'd bring it occasionally. Blade of Saint Eleanor. Model only. Add 1 to the attack strength, the damage characters of the bearer's melee weapon. The bearer has lost any 1 or more wounds. Add 2 attack strength and damage characters to melee. This could be very good, I think, in situations. I think this could be very good. It takes a little bit of a lineup, but I think it's fine. +1 damage is huge.
Yes, it is.
Litanies of Faith. Also, strength is probably pretty good here. It makes you probably strength 5 or 6. But Litanies of Faith. At the end of your command phase, if the bearer is on the battlefield, you may reroll 1 miracle dice from your miracle dice pool. Pretty good. Return it to your miracle dice pool with the new result you rolled. When doing so, if the bearer has lost 1 or more wounds, leaving the unit below half strength, reroll up to 3 miracle dice this way instead.
This is my go-to enhancement for my army.
Yeah, you get to pick one up that was really bad, roll it again because there's not really a use for a lot of lower ones. I think it's good. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mantle of Ophelia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canoness or Palatine model only. Each time attack allocated to the bearer changes the damage characters of the attack to 1. So it makes them very durable.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
It's limited on what it can go on is my problem.
Yeah, that and top of if something's attacking the Canoness or the Palatine, you've already lost that fight.
Well, precision exists. Precision exists and stuff.
I guess. I don't think it's prevalent enough for you to waste 20 points on it. But if you have the points, I mean, building lists is kind of weird right now, so you need a lot of those fillers.
Yep. So. Moving on to Morven Ball, the one and the only. I think she's good. She's not good. She's not as good as she used to be, but she's also infinitely cheaper.
Half of the point. She's over half the points that she used to be. So
yeah.
She is still insane. She still has
She lets the unit reroll fail all hit and wound roll. She doesn't pick a unit anymore, which is big. She just gives her unit it.
Yep.
Once for battle in command phase, use ability. If it does, add 3 to the attack characteristic of Fidelis and Lance of Illumination.
So sad she lost her fight twice ability. Sad days. I mean, yeah, it warranted. She went down to 130 something points.
This is a pretty good compromise. 8 attack. You can get 8 attacks with the strike.
Yeah.
That's really good. Strength 8,
Dev
2, damage
wounds.
3. Yeah. It's got dev wounds. Or even just 13 attacks. Overall, she's really good. If you're considering a unit of warsuits, you might, or if you're just considering her, you're probably going to bring a unit of warsuits. Either or.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever
get the warsuit tax.
I don't think you're ever going to play 2 units of warsuits, but I think you're always going to bring the first if you bring Morven Ball.
Yeah, I think right now Morven is in an unfortunate spot where you can run her by herself. She's gonna die very quickly, but I think you just have to pay the warsuit tax, is what I like to call it. Meaning that you're back up to Morven Ball's original cost, but you get 3 warsuits. Yay! Yep. Right? That's how it goes.
Yep. Canoness. So this is your box standard captain, basically. It doesn't do the same thing as captain now, but lead the righteous. Models leading unit can each time it makes a attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. So you get to re-roll. Wait, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. So you just get 4 re-rolls to hit. Wow, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, pretty good.
Wow, that was just 1 hit roll. Emperor's Grace. Once per battle at the start of any of these phases, unmodified, basically 2 of invulnerable. Yeah, just has 2 invulnerable once per game. Pretty good.
It is very good.
She can give her bearer's unit a 4+ field defending against psychic with the null rod. Or she can, each time the bearer's unit is selected by a stratagem, on a 4+ region 1, which also seems pretty good. Region, null rod would probably be my choice. There's just a lot of really devastating psychic attacks, and man, this can actually help out a lot, especially against like demons, Grey Knights, or T-Suns. But that also involves bringing a Candace, which I don't know that you'll do. You might.
There's some play for them.
They're cheap.
They are. They're very cheap.
Palatine. She gives the unit lethal hits and raptures blows each time the model fight. May discard recruit dice if you do until in the phase. Each time melee attack is made by the scores a wound, the target suffers 1 mortal wound in addition to any normal damage.
I think this one's a sleeper.
I think this one's good. I genuinely do. Can she go with novitiates? Is the big port? No, she can't.
Yeah, she can.
Wait.
Yes,
she can. Sorry, they're called Sisters Novitiates. Okay, yeah. I'm all about this with a unit of novitiates because they just get so many more attacks.
Sacrosancts all the way.
Also, Sacrosancts are good. There's a lot of units we want to bring with Sacrosancts. We only get 3 units of Sacrosancts.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it a little bit more as we get into it, but you take 1 with a Palatine, you take 1 with Junith Aruda, and then you probably take 1 with a, what's it called? The Amagifier, the banner.
Yep.
But we'll talk about a little bit more as we get through them.
But we can move on to Junith. Yep. She has a twin heavy flamer, ignores cover, torrent, twin linked, strength 6, AP 1 damage, 12-inch range. Pretty good. Her mace, pretty good. 4 attacks, weapon skills 2+, strength 6, AP 2, damage 2. Very respectable. While this model is leading a unit, each time the attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. So the unit just has -1 to hit.
Yeah, -1 to hit.
It's not even a melee. It's just all the time.
Yep. You always take Junith with a unit of Sacrosancts. If you ever take it with the Battle Sister Squad,
what are you doing?
Fine. It's fine, but you're wasting efficiency, as we see when we go down to Sacrosancts.
She also just regens a CP, which is actually pretty invaluable.
It's insane right now. Gaining that extra CP, can be the make or break point in a game. So
it's also just automatic. There's no rolling. She just has to exist.
She just gets it.
Great.
Crazy.
Moving on to the missionary. Sustained hits 1, just like the Palatine. Each time the model makes an attack, battle shock. Wait, make an attack. Unless this model's unit is battle shocked, you can reroll hit roll.
Palatine gives lethal hits, not sustained hits.
Does it? Oh, you were correct. But he can join Archoflagellants, Crusaders, Sisters Novitiates, and Bastards. I don't believe she can join Archoflagellants.
She cannot, or Crusaders. Those
Yeah,
are
she
the
gets to join
Adeptus.
Dominion squads and Celestine Sacrosancts.
Yeah, Adeptus. I think it's Adeptus Ministorum or something like that.
Yeah, Storm.
They are no longer their own keyword. They all kind of got absorbed into Sisters
They're called
Index.
missionary or whatever now. I think they have that
Yeah.
across all the codexes. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to the one, the only, the Saint Celestine. I'm so sorry for everybody that loved this model. She'll look real
Yeah.
pretty on your shelf.
I just got the Joy Toy
Those are
1/8
sick.
figures. Dude, it's insane. I have it displayed right behind my other Celestine model right now. So
While she her bodyguards are alive, she gets a 4+ feel no pain. Starting strength, she gets to return a model to her unit. Models in the unit destroyed on a 6+, or sorry, roll a d6 until the end phase on a 2+. Model back. Oh, this is her resurrect. She resurrects on a 2+ when she dies.
yep, she can also resurrect the Gemini Superior. So
Yeah.
she's all right. Like I can
My
I can
problem
see a
is she
world
can
where she
only
runs.
join Zephyrim and Seraphim.
It makes sense though. I guess the jump packs go with the
Yeah,
jump
I
packs.
get it. It's just real. Well, that's not always true. But moving on, Triumph of St. Catherine. I love this model. I think it's great. She's very different than her last form. Now she is basically one of the pick an ability every turn. She has 6 abilities. She picked 2. And they range from every time a unit within 6 is destroyed, automatically generate a 6 on the Miracle Dice. Improve the characteristic of leadership by 1 and 6 inches. They're all 6 inches. Can you perform any every unit within 6 can perform any number of active fates in a turn instead of only 1. There's a combo in here we'll talk about later. While a friendly Adepta Sororitas unit within 6 of this model, add 1 to the task characteristic of rapid fire weapons. It gives you a little bit more output. 6+ feel no pain, which is another great one. And then lethal hits on melee weapons. This is okay. This one's very okay, but will come up more often.
So for all you Sisters players that are out there watching, if you did not own a Triumph of St. Catherine, now is your excuse. It sat pretty on our shelves all through 9th edition. Now's our time. Now we rise.
You're also like, oh man, this model has some good abilities going on. It's also 150 points.
It's 150 points. Model. 18 wounds.
You're paying less than 10 points a wound on this guy.
18 attacks too. Like it's not negligent. It has 18 attacks.
They're relevant. Yeah, 18 hitting on 2, strength 5, AP2. They're very good. Very good. There's a combo we'll talk about later.
This model's an auto.
Downside, only be in a Alice squad.
That's the tax you're willing to pay. They're all auras. It doesn't matter.
Moving on to Stern, Castigator and Stern. Deep Strike, fight first, lone operative. These are your lone operatives we're talking about. At the start of your shooting phase, select one of your units within 12 visible to Stern. Subtract 2 from the result if the unit is chaos. If this test is failed, the enemy unit suffers 3 mortal wounds. Okay, it's cute. You can use the heroic intervening stratagem for 0. They're like really cute. I don't think you really bring them. They might be like real cute objective holders.
No, they're really good character killers. If you know that you're going into,
yeah, but you gotta get them there.
They have deep strike.
I'll say it again. You gotta get them there.
I mean, like it's not something that you really rely on too heavily. But
yeah, I would not.
I mean, it's 80 points for both of these, and they reliably kill characters. I think that is their purpose. So
okay, fair.
That's with it. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay, Battle Sister Squads. Cherubs allow you to, once per battle after this unit performs an act phase, you gain a Miracle Dice. They just like cycle Miracle Dice. When they destroy a unit, you gain a Miracle Dice. So instead of having to destroy somebody else's, they just get to. At the end of your command phase, for each objective marker that you control, you gain a Miracle Dice. So these guys are all about generating Miracle Dice and like keeping you up on Miracle Dice. This is where you'll probably burn a like a 1 or something, you'll use the cherub once per battle to like replace a 1 to get a new miracle dice.
Yep.
Yep. So they just like kind of cycle through them.
This is also how you can really kickstart your miracle dice pool, because at the beginning of your turn, let's say that you go first, you're only going to have 1 miracle dice. So you can you can get these guys onto objectives and start building up that miracle dice pool from turn 1.
Yep.
And the way that I've been running these guys is because we're locked to 10 mans now. I've been running a multi-melta, as well as the simulacrum and the flamer. Actually.
And a power weapon. Don't forget a power weapon on the sergeant.
Yeah. Yep. I've actually been taking the condemner bolt gun on the sergeant. I don't know if it's really good, but yeah, I've been running it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now next up, your favorite
Novitiate squads. They're battle line now, right? Aren't they? Are they not? Am I dumb? Might be dumb. I think I'm dumb. No, they're not battle line. They just don't have a stipulation anymore.
They used to be battle line.
I apologize. They're not battle line anymore. Sad. Yep. Okay, but you can just bring them without bringing sisters now, which is good. You can just bring this unit now. You don't have to bring. Yeah, you don't have to bring a unit. I thought they were battle line for some reason. Maybe I'm just losing it. They can reroll advanced charge rolls. Each time the unit is destroyed by the barrier unit, they also gain a miracle dice. Each time this unit makes each time this model in this unit makes an attack, reroll hit roll of 1. The target attack within range of rejection marker. You can reroll the hit roll instead. So yeah, they just like they hit on 4s, but man, do they reroll to hit rolls. And most relevant things that you want them into, which is backfield holding objective holders. You bring a power weapon on the sergeant. Novitiate weapons are just strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage weapons. They're just good. They're just good melee. They can like take plasma pistol on the sergeant and like a few other upgrades like sacred band, like a flamer. You can take 2 flamers on them for free. They're just good. They're just good, cheap 10-man units.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking Battle Sisters over these guys almost every single day.
How many points is a Novitiate?
Novitiate squads are, well, Battle Sisters are 110 for 10.
Yep.
Novitiates, where are you? It's Sisters Novitiate squad. They're 20 points less. They're 90 points.
I think these guys are good.
You can't run a multi-melta. There's your 20 points. Move on.
Fair.
Yeah.
But they just are.
They barely generate any miracle dice.
They reroll hit.
Okay,
they
on auto guns. On auto guns.
On melee.
And they're flamers.
You give them +1 to wound in melee.
Okay, they hitting on 4s. They have a strength.
They reroll, but they're gonna reroll hit rolls normally because they're gonna be
AP 0. You're getting 3-up saves against Marines.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going for weighted dice. Easy. You get +1 to wound. You're winning on 3s. Put them in the dirt. They're 90 points.
We need to talk about your
nah, they're great. Off my lawn. Okay, Aestrid and I don't know how to say this. Like Dolan. There we go.
Aestrid Thurga and Agatha Dolan.
Okay, perfect. While this model is leading unit, melee weapons in the unit have devastating wounds ability. Very good. Part of the unit performs active phase, result in miracle dice. The active phase is improved by 1 to a maximum of 6. So active phases are just like improved by 1. It's like okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
This could be cute in a Sacrosanct squad for the dev wounds. I wouldn't really think about it.
I wouldn't really
think on it. Magnifiers though. Each time miracle dice result of a friendly unit is destroyed within 12, you get to reroll the die before it's added to the pool. Pretty good.
You also give any unit a 4-up invulnerable save, but this is that efficiency that I was talking about earlier. You can give a Sacrosanct squad a 2-up save rather than a 3-up save.
Yep.
And you can take this unit with a Battle Sister squad.
Even if one can't Junith or a Palatine is in a unit.
Yeah. Junith is the big one there.
Yeah.
Junith, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Very good.
Going back to this one real quick. This is like I said earlier, I think you take a Palatine with a Sacrosanct squad. I think you take Junith with a Sacrosanct squad, and then the last one you take the Magnifier with it. So that's how I would kit it out, and I think that's how you can get the most efficiency out of your Sacrosancts.
So the Dialogus is really cute. I think this is very good with Sacrosancts if you got Triumph of St. Catherine rolled around.
I think Retributors are where you're getting the most efficiency on it, but go ahead.
Well, then you gotta keep her nearby, where Sacrosancts can use these on saves all the time. Modeling unit, even when the unit is battle shocked, so you can always target the unit with stratagems. While the model is leading the unit, each time the model performs an active faith result for Miracle Dice, you can change it to a 6.
Yeah, so you remember how Triumph said you can use as many Miracle Dice as you want on any unit. You just
every Miracle Dice you pump into these guys is a 6.
Yeah, my favorite is when you just dump all of your Miracle Dice in your Retributors with 4 Multi-Meltas, and surprise, you just do, like, on average, 30 damage.
Yep.
So, very cool. I think it's gimmicky, but gimmicks work.
Gimmicks work. Gimmicks work very well in current 40k. Moving on to the Preacher. Rice might add 1 to the wound roll of melee attacks for units he's leading. Once battle in the fight phase, this model's unit ability to improve the strength and attack characters and melee weapon equipped by the unit by 2. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
Arcos, Crusaders, and Novitiates are the only ones.
See,
so you're
this is one of the time that like the Novitiates look so much better with this guy because they get that +1 to add 1 to the wound roll. They're just strength 4 +1 to wound.
Yeah, like I could see taking a squad.
And then his melee, he once per game, the first time he swing, he's strength. He's 5 attacks, weapon skill 4, strength 5 or strength. Is it, yeah? Oh, it adds strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage, and he rerolls 1s in all because of the unit. He's good. I think they're good. Sacrosancts.
Bread and butter of all sisters armies.
While the leading unit with a Palatine, Canoness, or Junith, subtract 1 from the wound roll.
So with Junith, you are
-1 to hit,
-1 to hit and wound. Crazy.
Very good. Very, very, very good. Moving on to the Hospitaller. Sorry. We should talk about their melee weapons. So you can either take the Halberd, which is strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage, which is my preferred weapon. Or you can take the Hallowed Mace, which is strength 4, AP 1, damage 2. I'm a big fan of the melee. The Spear of the Faithful is the upgrade on the Sergeant that you always take because it's free. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Halberd still, but it is the same amount of attacks as the Mace, so the Mace is appealing. I see both being viable.
Yeah, like I think it's matchup dependent. Like if you're going to an RGT, I think you always pack halberds, but or like a GT, depending on your meta, of course. Yeah. But the damage 2, there is not a lot of things that are damage 2 anymore, so you can really strike some fear in those Marines' hearts.
Yep.
When you come in and bonk them with these maces.
Yep.
And you can still take these guys in 10-mans, so
yep.
Crazy.
Very good. So moving on to the Hospitaller. She just gives the unit 5 up, feel no pain. And then unit within 3, she regains up to D3, 3 lost wounds for a character. Yeah. She's okay. 5 up, feel no pain's good. She's cheap. Yeah. You might bring her. Yep. This is the Dogmata. She's very different than her last iteration. I think Dogmata was very good before. And I think she's very questionable. While within 6 of this model, each time a battle shock test you should have taken, subtract 1 from the test. All models leading unit add 1 to the objective OC characteristic of the unit.
Yeah, again, that unit stays the same, or that ability kind of stays the same from its
but she lost her on a 2+. You get to ignore
the hymns
and stuff. Yeah, the chance. Yeah. But already lost those. Okay, Paragon War Suits. I know you love these things so much.
Yeah, they're my absolute favorite unit in the entire game. They haven't done anything for me in any single game that I've ever played. You can advance
and do action with these guys.
Woohoo! It's crazy.
Oh, wait, when they fall back. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought they could advance, charge, and shoot. Okay, my bad.
They're 240 points.
Yeah, they're T6. Hey, they're like almost kind of close to Death Guard stats for like the same points. Rip Death Guard. You'll bring more of them all. That's about it. Or pinches squads. I'm all about the Hero still. A lot of people are not. I think they're still good.
I think they have play. I don't think that you're spamming 27 of them like you used to.
No, you'll probably still bring. I would still say you bring 2 units, 1 to 2 units for sure. I definitely think. I think the first, if you're gonna bring a first unit, you probably bring a second unit unless it's very unique. I think these girls are still good, especially with the +1 to wound strat we were talking about earlier. Each time
they are. Go ahead.
Sorry, Overseer's Redemption. While this unit contains a Repentance Superior, model makes an attack roll, reroll a hit roll, and then when they make a charge roll, they reroll the wound roll. So they're just rerolling failed to hit wound at weapons 2 attacks, weapon skill 4, strength 6, AP 2, damage 2. You pop a strap for +1 to wound. You wound basically every vehicle in the game on 5s, and you're rerolling hit wound roll, which is very good with AP 2 damage 2. I think that's very good still.
My beef with it is that they are 2 attacks.
They are 2 attacks.
That's
But it. How many points are they now?
There are 150 for 10.
They are 150 for 10. You have a 5-up Feel No Pain, but no real save to speak of. They have a 7-up save.
They are.
They're just melee counterpunch that you kind of need for anti-elite still. I think they are a necessary evil still that you still need to worry about having counterpunch.
Sure, I guess. I don't. They have play. Like you can stage them behind a building and then counterpunch on the mid objective. But I don't think that I want these guys over Sacrosancts. I think I take Sacrosancts 10 out of 10 times.
Crusaders. These guys are actually a powerhouse. I actually like these guys a lot. They're very cheap. Yeah. They get a 4-up Field of Pains. They're led by a preacher or a missionary. They're just cheap backfield holders.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do with them. You pay 20 points for 2 of them, and you sit them on a backfield.
Yep. Death Gold Assassin. These guys seem terrible.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not good at all.
No. Yeah, each time the model makes an attack that targets a character or unit, reroll, wind roll. Ooh.
Hey, but fight first.
Dominion squads are less interesting than they used to be because they just don't have the auto mortal wounds from the Storm Bolters strat anymore.
Bless bolts. Yeah. R.I.P. Bless bolts.
Yep, they get to make a scout.
They can make scout 6. Yeah, they can scout 6 as well as we didn't mention it earlier, but the Palatine also has scout 6. So these guys are rarely good targets with a Palatine model.
Yep. They do the same thing as most sister squads do. They can just take more specialized war gear.
Yeah, they can take almost all. 4 of them can replace their bolt gun with the Ministorm Flamer or the Artificer Crafted Stormbolter.
Or
the big thing about but the biggest thing that you always do is pretty much the Stormbolter because it's rapid fire 2 and it's assault, and our Stormbolters are damage 2. They're not damage 1. So it's still very good.
Yeah. Moving on to the Seraphim squad. They are Deep Strike. These are the melee focused ones, I believe. Yep. No. These are the ranged ones. Sorry, the Sergeant has the power sword, but not the rest. These are the melee or the ranged ones, with flamers and bolt pistols. Flamers or bolt pistols. They're strength 4 now, where I believe they were strength 3 last edition. On the hand flamers?
No, hand flamers are always one strength tougher because we're Ministorum.
Oh, gotcha. I thought they were always 1. Okay, cool.
Nope.
Any shooting as a shooting shot, it's not engagement range. They can make a normal move. Or after the shooting shot, they can make a normal move. They seem fine. They can move and shoot. They seem fine.
Yeah, 5-up invulnerable rather than the 6-up that sisters get.
Yep, so they seem fine.
Yeah, they're good.
Zephyrim, they're the melee ones. They reroll charge rolls with the banner and advance rolls. Makes a melee attack a charge move. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of attack. So they're strength 5, which is very good. AP 2, 1 damage. Very good. I think these guys are good. I think
they're very solid.
Yeah, they're fast. They're cheap. They just do what you want them
This is probably the squad that you throw Celestine in, because this one gives you a little bit more reliably to combat because of the reroll advance and charge.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of unit that you typically take, because Celestine is still kind of crazy in combat.
Sometimes,
As
yeah.
as well as her blade is a essentially just a pistol flamer.
Yep.
So you can still shoot that off in melee.
Yep.
So
Retributor squads makes a range attack. Each time the model makes a range attack, reroll wound roll of 1. Very good. And they have multi-meltas. They're 18-inch range now, which does hurt.
it hurts
BS4
so
base,
bad.
but heavy kind of counteracts it, so they basically work just like they did before. But the 18-inch range is the killer for these. They're still really good. You're probably going to bring them in strategic reserves, pop them up so they can get range on targets. You probably bring 1 to 2, probably 2 to 3 units, honestly, so you can put 2 in reserves, or if not all 3, so you can pop up and get targets.
Yeah. I
Yep.
will say, as a Sisters player who ran all of ninth, and pretty much I played Sisters competitively, the 18-inch melter range hurts so bad. 6
Yeah.
inches is ridiculous, especially when you lose 3 inches of your melter range. It hurts
It does hurt a
so
lot. You can't pop up.
ridiculously
You
bad.
can't pop out strategic reserves and be in melt range anymore. Moving on to mortifiers, though. These guys, you can't take as many as you used to. These guys, I believe you can only take what, 6 of them now, right? Yep, only take 6.
Mortifiers, yeah, you can only take 6 in
Yep,
a
you can't bring
army.
12 of these things and run at people. They have a 5 up pain. Each time the model makes a charge move until the end of the phase, and melee weapons have sustained hits once. They get a bunch of melee attacks. They're good. I think they're very. They have twin linked on all their attacks, or sorry, on their twin penitent buzz blades or twin penitent flails. Uh, I like the buzz blades a lot.
Yeah, Buzzblades are actually really good right now.
Yep, strength 10,
So
AP3, 2 damage, twin linked. Whew.
totally amateur take here. Hey, are you thinking about running Paragon War suits? Have you
Run
considered
mortifiers.
looking at mortifiers instead?
Yeah.
There's
Penitent engines are also good. Eligible to declare charge in a turn in which they advance. They always have flamethrowers, so they're always advancing and shooting.
Mhm.
Yep, they're the other ones were good. I think these are good as well.
Yeah, I think I think Penitent engines actually have some play now.
Yeah.
They're very good. I actually might test some of these out soon.
Yep.
So
Exorcist.
best model in the codex right
Yeah,
here.
not even close. Uh, well within
Yeah,
6,
not even
improve
close.
leadership characteristic. This is the ability that's the real. Oh wait, sorry. This model has other text. It's indirect weapons. Exorcist conflagration rockets. Heavy ignores cover. Indirect blast. So it just ignores all of indirect when it stands still. Because it's heavy and ignores cover. It is strength 5,
Yep.
AP0, 1 damage. But still very, very good.
Yeah, it's solid. Unless you're like me and roll 3 ones.
Yeah. The next one is my favorite one. The Exorcist missile launcher instead. You can swap this out instead of the other ones for the game. D6 plus 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Strength 10, AP2, damage D6. These are good. These are
Yeah,
very good indirect shots.
yeah. I typically run the missile launcher versus the other ones.
Yep. They're very good.
I do like the hunter killer missiles now, though. I like
Yeah, Hunter
that
Killers are
they're
much
free.
better. Yes.
Yeah.
Castigator. This one's in a much weirder spot than it was before. Each time this model makes an auto can attack, targets an infantry unit, reroll hit roll. Each time this model makes a Castigator against a monster vehicle, reroll hit roll. Wait. Oh, the auto can gets reroll to hit infantry. The battle can gets reroll to hit monsters and vehicles. And then it has the auto can or battle can. It can battle shock. Basically, it battle shocks and it rerolls for monsters and vehicles with the battle cannon. The auto cannon rerolls against infantry.
Yeah, you last edition it was kind of like in between what do you really want to run, auto cannons versus battle cannon.
Oh,
I think
battle
just
cannon's a
take the
clear
battle
winner.
cannon
Yeah,
now.
I don't think it's close anymore. D6 plus 3 shots. I will say the autocannon is rapid fire 4 and twin linked. So that twin link does matter because it is strength 9 now. And it's the same damage.
It does.
I will say I do see cases for the autocannon. And I actually can't, if it didn't have ignores covered on the battle cannon, I'd probably be all about the autocannon, but the ignores cover is actually just so big for me because so much in the game gets it, and you're only AP1. So it is huge.
Yeah, and I guess it does give you like buffs for each type of gun. Like you get the infantry buff with the autocannons, and you get the monster vehicle with the
if you're
battle
bringing
cannon,
it for anti-infantry, totally understand the autocannon. I like the battle cannon more personally because you just really need anti-tank.
Sisters don't have sisters don't have a reliable way to kill tanks.
Yeah, you are strength below 9 the codex.
Yeah,
and this thing breaks the rule by having a battle cannon.
Yeah, right now, I personally think that the Knights matchup for Sisters are completely unplayable. And that's why I think Sisters are one of the lesser armies that you'll see in the meta right now. But that being said, they are a super fun army to still play. I absolutely love playing them, and how they are playing in 10th is fun. It just may not be the most competitively viable option.
Moving on, we got a few more units to close out. Rhino, it's a Rhino. It does have firing deck. Immolators, they're good. They got twin multi-meltas, which is just 2-shot multi-melta.
Yeah, they let you combat squad. We need this.
They let them combat squad. Yeah, it's just good. It can be a twin flamer or the melta. I like the melta a lot just because of how fast it is. Load it up with some Retributors. It can put out a decent amount of melta shots. It also gets the shoot back, or sorry, it's fire sport. So in your shooting phase, after this model is selected, model is shot, select one unit shot by one of its attacks. For the models that disembark from it that turn, gets a reroll wound roll. Very good with a unit of Rets.
I think it's also very good with the unit of
almost anything is good with this.
The Dominion squad with the Stormbolters are very good into this as well.
Yeah.
So
Arcoflagellants. They're 4 Fiona Pain. They can have hazardous and they go to attack 6 if you want. They're cute. They're very cute. I don't think I think anything much of them.
Yeah, maybe the preacher. I don't.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're okay. Well, that brings us to the end of it. So thank you all for joining us today. And we will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all the things. Okay, bye.